Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to teach you to solve this cube. Because this is actually a really easy puzzle, and I think everyone should just be able to solve it. It's another thing you can add on to your WCA account. If you can compete in Skewb. So yeah, I'm just going to teach how to solve it. So first of all, the hardest thing to get used to is how it moves. So when at first you try to hold it, it probably will go something like that, because it's a really confusing puzzle. So I'm just going to scramble it up, and then yeah, so the turning, I can't actually give you tips. All I can say is the layers rotate, well, not layers, but around a corner. So for example, as you see, this whole piece here, this corner, and then the three centers and three corners around that all rotate. So basically half of the cube rotates at a time, and then you can rotate around any corner. So if at the start you'll probably want to turn like this, like hold the corner and then turn. So yeah, that's basically how the turning goes. And so now we're going to start the first step, and that is to solve the bottom layer. And I'm just going to do white because it's the easiest, but you can do any color. I would recommend you be color neutral on this because yeah, it's just much easier. Okay, so let's start. So this piece we have already in. So on this side, we don't care about these centers yet, just saying, only this one. We need to move the blue, because this is blue, white, and then whatever comes here, which I know is going to be red because this is orange. So that piece is there, and we need to get that in there. And so I can see the way that we're going to move that there will be by rotating around this corner, because then that's going to go there. If I turn it the other way, it's going to go there, as I show you now. Okay, there it is now. But now we need to get it, and didn't mess up the white layer or this piece, as you can see. Now we need to get that in there, and to do that we're going to firstly rotate, because look, we can bring it down now that way, but now it's going to be twisted basically. So we're going to take it out the way again, and now correctly orientate it by rotating around it. So rotating, not moving it like that or like this or whatever, rotating around it. So you basically hold your hand above it and rotate it. Just make sure you don't mess up any corner here. So we're going to rotate it this way, because then you can see this will now easily move in there. I'm trying to make it as easy as possible, because when I first watched a tutorial, it was really hard understanding how. Okay, actually I didn't watch a tutorial first, but it's really hard to understand how it works. So the next one will be this one, which can be easily put in here like that. And now you see we have three pieces. Now that's really intuitive, that was just like an example. And now for the last piece, which is kind of tricky, we're going to move it out the way. Okay, so it's in the top layer. Now we're going to rotate it, but now we're going to mess up that piece. Okay, so just remember about that. We're going to rotate it, so now we can put this in, and then remember we messed up this corner right here. We're just going to rotate back. So I'll show you a quick example again. Okay, so for example this, for this case I'd rotate it the other way, just so, because you don't want to rotate it so the white shows up, you want to rotate it the other way, so like this. And then we move it, we rotate this corner so we can put it back. Just note this one now, just moves out the slot, put it in, and put this one back. And now we first solve the first layer. Okay, next we're going to solve the corners on the top layer, and the good thing is they can't be permutated incorrectly. So as soon as you get the all basically correct on this, the PLL is done. So we have two cases for this. The first one is where these two corners are up, and then we have these two just going to the side, so same as on 3x3 and 2x2. We're going to hold it in the front like this, so one solved on the left and one in the front here. And then we're going to do sledgehammer. So this goes, I'll put it down just to show you. This is the right hand corner, this is the left one. So we're going to rotate around the right hand corner. Don't do stuff like that. Rotate around it. So you see we're just rotating this piece, rotating around this corner, rotating back on this one, and back on that one. Sorry, around this corner. Okay, I'll just undo that quickly. Okay, so again you hold them like this, and then two like this you hold like in the front here. rotate around this right hand corner, around the left one, back on this one, back on this one. So in notation that probably won't make sense, but because the notation for scrambling is different, but we'll do R prime, let's say L, R, and L prime. Okay, now we have the second case, which is just also showing the second case. The other case you might get is this one. So you have like 2 year and 2 years, so it's like the pi case on 3x3 and 2x2. And then you hold them like this. Okay, so like on this, so the opposite of how you would execute normally pi on 3x3. So then we'll hold them on the side here, and then showing to the side, and we're going to do sledgehammer again. So again, this way, this, and this. Okay, now we've solved the top, as you can see, and now all we have to do is the remaining 5 centers. Okay, so now what we're going to do is find the top color, so center, which is white, yellow, sorry, and right here. Now we're going to put that in the back. Okay, so white's still on the bottom, the center, and to go to the top goes in the back. We're going to do sledgehammer, Y2 sledgehammer. Okay, so sledgehammer, now Y2, so it's rotating the cube twice in any direction, down, down, up, up. As you can see, we now solved the top, center, and the bottom one is still intact. Now we're going to have a last 4 or 3 center case. We have a last 3 center case, which kind of might remind you of U-perms on 3x3. So for example, so let's just, I'll show you the one with the 4 later on. So now we're going to put the 2 top and bottom faces, which was white and yellow, on the left and right, and the side that is solved, if you have one that's solved, of the E slice on the bottom. And in front, the corners and centers must be opposite colors. So red and orange are opposite colors on 3x3, blue and green are opposites, and white and yellow. So if this was white, all the corners were white, this should have been yellow. If the front was blue and this one was solved, it should be green. So we can't hold it like this, we have to hold like this. And now we're going to do sledgehammer, Y2 sledgehammer. Okay, and that's solved. Now just to show you guys the case you might get for four of them. So here we have something that looks similar to an H-perm, and again we'll just put these on the side anyway, and then we don't have one that's solved on the bottom, so we just hold it in any way, and then do our sledgehammer, Y2 sledgehammer. Okay, and now as you can see we have a solved one, put that on the bottom, and the one with opposite colors on the front, and then sledgehammer, Y2 sledgehammer. Okay, and then the same for the other case you might get, which is I'll show you now. This one, you'll do exactly the same. Hold anyone on the bottom, sledgehammer, Y2 sledgehammer, and then bottom one the solved, one with headlights here, I mean opposite colors, and then yeah. Okay, so that was to solve this cube. I hope you guys now understand how this cube works. So basically put the corners in around this bottom center intuitively, and then doing these with either one of the cases. If it's like this and yellow here, it just sledgehammer, and then turns into the other case with 2 on here, 2 here, and you just do sledgehammer. And then we put the top center in the back, and doing sledgehammer, Y2 sledgehammer, we'll put it in the top, and then for the last remaining centers, one on the bottom that's solved, these 2 on the sides, and then 2 opposite colors, sledgehammer, Y2 sledgehammer. So yeah, that was the tutorial on how to solve this cube. If you still have any questions, put them in the description and I will answer them as soon as possible. Also, just one thing that I note, one thing I can probably tell you now, is the way to hold the cube when you're doing sledgehammer, because it's really not nice to do it like how I showed you guys. So how I do it is you put the 2 fingers here, 2 here, and your thumb here, and then you bring this one down, pull this way with these fingers, which is the L, then do the R with this, and the L prime with that. Really bad when I learned it at first. It was horrible for me, but then just practicing it like 10 times and I can do it pretty quickly now. So just down, push, up, drag, like that, to do sledgehammer quite quickly. Okay guys, thanks for watching and see you guys next time. Bye!